Friends, welcome to my workplace at Ranaghat, West Bengal, India. In this surgery, we have three challenges: small pupil, intumescent cataract, and a very hard nucleus. Let us observe the surgery very carefully. By this time, the main incision and a side port on the right side of the main incision has been made, and this is another side port on the left side of the main incision. And now, an air bubble is injected into the anterior chamber. I want a bigger air bubble, and here it is. And now, trypan blue dye is applied over the anterior capsule, and some more dye is applied behind the iris. And now the dye is washed out. This is adrenaline, but the pupil didn't dilate after application of adrenaline. Now this is 2% hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose, and the methyl cellulose is being applied under the iris to make some room for tucking the flanges of a Hex ring, which I am going to use in this case. Hex is Bhattacharjee hexagonal, a pupil expansion device by Dr. Suben Bhattacharjee of Kolkata, India. And this device has become very popular in India, and Indian ophthalmologists can afford this device. Devices like Malayukin ring and other devices are too expensive for us. Alternate flanges are tucked as demonstrated. Now the pupil has taken hexagonal shape. Some more visco, and now I take a 26 gauge bent needle. As I make a puncture, see, some turbid fluid comes out, indicating high intralenticular pressure. The turbid fluid is expressed out, and a small rhexis, a mini rhexis, is done as the first stage. And now, to decrease the intralenticular pressure, we have to take something from the capsular sac, and some cortical lens matter is being expressed out. And we can make out that there is a very hard nucleus covered by white cortical matter. We can see the brownish tinge, and as I manage the nucleus, you will make out how hard the nucleus is. In hard nucleus, the rhexis should be large, more than 5.5 millimeter, but in this case we cannot make a large rhexis. We can make a rhexis of about 5 millimeter, and we have to manage the nucleus with this size of the rhexis. And now the small rhexis is being enlarged. A small cut has been made at the margin of the mini rhexis. Now with the help of the uterita forceps, an adequate sized rhexis is being performed. And this is a very satisfactory rhexis of about 5.25 millimeter. But now the biggest challenge. We have overcome the small pupil, we have overcome the rhexis part of an intumescent cataract, and now we have to overcome the third challenge. Managing this hard nucleus is the third challenge. And I have started managing the nucleus. The nucleus management part is totally unedited, and you are going to watch each and every step. See the exposed part of the phaco needle. This much exposure should be in a hard nucleus. And this is my technique of submarine job. But in this case, I didn't get a complete crack. It was a partial crack. Phaco power being used at this time is 80%. Flow rate is 45 ml per minute. Vacuum is 450 millimeter of mercury. This nucleus has very much leathery lens fibers, and they are not giving in to my technique. But we have to manage this nucleus somehow. I've got a nice crack, and I have started emulsifying nuclear material as much as I can. Any free nuclear fragment is being emulsified. If it is not free, whatever portion is in front of the phaco needle is being emulsified. But we must take on extreme precaution. We must not go to extreme periphery to hold the nuclear pieces, and we must not emulsify nuclear pieces keeping the tip of the phaco needle in the periphery. We must hold the pieces, bring it to the central part, and then apply ultrasonic energy. You can see that this nucleus is still attached, and now it is giving in. And now I remove the chopper to get a more stable anterior chamber. The posterior capsule goes behind, and the nucleus is managed. And now visco is injected, and the cortical cleanup is being done, in this case with the help of the Simcoe cannula, 23 gauge Simcoe cannula. Cortical cleanup from 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock is done, and now the cortex of the opposite side, 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock is done. But some leathery fibers are still there, and I didn't want to remove this because perfection is enemy of very good. This is going to be a very good surgery. If you want perfection in this case, we may cause some complication, and it can be a very bad surgery. The main wound has been enlarged little bit, and an intraocular lens, a monofocal single piece intraocular lens, has been implanted in the capsular bag. Now we have to remove the Hex ring. Hex hexagonal pupil expansion device. Any flange over the iris is drawn towards the center, and then the whole thing gets disengaged and it is pulled out. And now we're towards the end of the surgery. This part of the surgery is edited a little bit. Visco is being cleaned out from anterior chamber and capsular bag. And see the size of the pupil and shape of the pupil. Pupil is round and the pupil has become small after removal of the Hex pupil expansion device. And now the side ports are closed by hydrating corneal stroma. A final lavage is done. The antechamber is formed very nicely. The integrity of all the wounds are checked with a cotton tipped Johnson bar. There should not be any leakage from any side. Few drops of moxie is applied and the case is concluded. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills. Whatever challenges come in our way, we have to overcome those challenges. We have to be stronger than those challenges. Be better, do better, be a great surgeon, and serve your patients with love, respect, empathy, and great surgical competence.